Talk about Fight the Power that
Ooh,
Chuck D was inspired by your guys' Fight the Power.
Too. Oh, yeah, Ernie wrote that.
Yeah, we had our family, after we finished the Live It Up album, literally, in '74, our mother, nieces and nephews and the wives came out, and I was in a good mood, and I jumped in the shower. And for some reason, I started half singing or reciting, "Time is truly wasting, there's no guarantee, smiles in the making, fight the powers that be." And soap went this way, shower curtain went that way, water's everywhere. And I jumped out the shower and grabbed a pencil, a piece of paper, scribbled that down and put that in my hip pocket when we went to Disneyland that day. I didn't say anything about that song for another 2 or 3 months. But
you're telling me you wrote a hit record and then went to Disneyland?
Yeah. Yeah. Where you going?
That was some smooth shit right there.
Like the commercial. You know? Where you going next? Disneyland. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but at the time, Ernie started writing songs like "Harvest for the World" and "At Your Best You'll Love." And "Make Me Say It Again," the song now, and on and on and on, you know.
Right.
I wrote a lot of songs at the beginning before he got into the group, the extra thing and shout and all that type, you know.
Work to do.
Yeah.
Now there's something that that I got explained to the other day. People said that, you know, people looked at the Beatles in a more of a respect way than they looked at Elvis, because they said Elvis would, like, you know, like, I don't want to say steal, but he would take from people that and wouldn't give the credit, as opposed to the Beatles, where the Beatles would. Your situation with the Beatles with Shout was how was that experience?
Well, when we went to England, they were imitating us. they were like doing the woo, shout, twist and shout.
You're talking about the Beatles or everybody that was all the performers over there.
And they, you know, Paul McCartney will tell you today, you know, say, if it don't be for the Isley brothers, we would still be in Liverpool. You know. Yeah.
I'm assuming Liverpool is the hood in England.
We wouldn't have the British invasion. Let's just say that.
That's when he started off singing in little clubs and stuff there in Liverpool. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right. So they want to cover your song, right?
Yeah.
So at the time, I'm assuming there's not a lot of videos. There's not. So, but do you know the Beatles as white people when they want to come see you?
When we were over there, every day, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, and us was together at night. They were talking about staying at a house when they come to New York City.
Right.
They were asking questions like, does James Brown have 100 pair of shoes? And do we shine those shoes before we go on stage?
Because you guys were the rock stars to them.
Yeah, yeah. And we answered all those questions. You know, they were funny questions. James Brown got 100. He got 100 pair of shoes. Do he carry them shoes every day when he sang? Well, he carry a lot of them. You know? So those are the kind of questions. Can we stay at your house when will you guys carry us to the Apollo Theater?
Wow.
We promised to do all that. It was just the three brothers then.
Right.
And actually, when they came to New York, they were the hottest. You know, I think they first gig was Ed Sullivan. You know, on television.
Ed Sullivan,
50,000 people would read them. You know.
Wow.
And so everything just went wild then.
Yeah, that's crazy. And when you guys were in London, didn't Elton John play with you guys?
Yeah, Elton John was our keyboard player.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and we're gonna do in the next album that we're doing. We'll do a record together. Yeah, but he was.
What's his name? Elton John back then?
Elton John, and he told us y'all should listen to some. He wrote 100 songs. Yeah. We didn't listen to nothing.
Because he was just a hired hand at the time, right?
Right. We were just with Elton. What, a week ago?
Yeah, the Motown thing for Berry Gordy and Smokey.
So, yeah, and we talked about, you know, and he said he's going to do a song with us, and Mariah Carey, and, you know, all that.
Right.
So Elton is just so talented, man.
Right.
He's a great songwriter.
Right.
And his tour has done.
Just tremendous business.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, something I was asking. This is something a question I actually don't know. Some people call Motown, and when they say Motown, they say the label. But there's some people say Motown, and they say the style of music.
Right.
How do you look when you hear the word Motown?
Well, they're actually one of the greatest companies. We learned so much when we went there. We went there out there. We had did Twist and Shout and Shout and some other records, and we had a pretty big name. And our first record there was This Old Heart of Mine. That's the first release. We went out there that week. I called Barry Gordy up, say, hey, I'm coming. We coming to send 3 tickets. We'll be out there in
Detroit.
And he said, oh, okay. You know, I thought that's the way it was done. You know, at the time. Anyway, we went out there and we rehearsed with the Holland and Dozier, and one of the songs that we did and we picked was This Old Heart of Mine, and it came out because we were going to be out there playing some club. Anyway, they wanted to release a record, you know, something new on us, and they put that out as a demo, and the record just went bow.
Wow.
It's the #1 record. Yeah.
Wow.
This Old Heart of Mine, and that was the record they asked us to do at the show, you know.
So being #1 at that time,
all the time,
and traveling, like, was there tour buses? How did y'all travel?
Man, Stevie Wonder was coming across the street and the cars was going.
Wait, talking about what?
Somebody had it like that.
These Stevie stories is legendary.
Your Stevie stories get crazier and crazier. All right.
You want to ask that question?
No, Shaq said he rode in the elevator with Stevie. It was just him and Stevie. So you telling me Stevie Wonder was across the street by himself?
Yeah, man. Go get him, man.
Go get him.
Did he know he was crossing the street?
I don't know. It's,
holy shit! I was trying to visualize this. No, none of that. No walking stick or none of that. He just walking. Holy shit, man. Holy. I need another one.
We got in the cab. We got in the cab and pulled up to the company and said, charge it to Motown.
Wow. That's it.
We did pay it.
Right.
Wow.
Got out the cab. Cab driver looked at us funny.
Oh, you told the cab driver charge it to Motown.
Charge it to Motown. we from the airport.
How does that even work?
From the airport, we pulled up in front of the company. Said, you know, I don't know what the meter said, but we said, charge it to Motown.
Wow. Was that how powerful Motown was?
I don't know if they knew they were that Oh, man.
So, let me ask you, right? One thing is like, what's happening at this time was segregation, right?
Well, one thing I want to tell you. When I wrote the song, It's Your Thing, they very Gordy and them sued us. That's the first time they got sued.
Oh.
And they sued us because they thought that Holland and Dozier and some of their writers had wrote, you know. So we back and forth, you know, went to court, and we wound up winning, you know. But that was one of the things that really hurt us,
right?
You know,
your own kind.
Because he didn't believe that, or that song is too big, or
y'all couldn't have wrote it. Oh, wow.
And from that time on, you know, I guess we did every song that you hear.
Right.
You know, the majority of songs that you hear and is successful by the Isley brothers
was written by that.
God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn. Make some noise for that. God damn it.